And what I've done today is it's unusual for me, but I normally talk about my own work, which is a lot easier than talking about what interests me in film, which I'm doing now. And so I've written it out. I don't particularly like reading from notes, so I'll try and improvise. But I'm not sure, because I mean there's two choices. You either get a very boring but coherent talk, or you can get a very amusing but completely chaotic talk. So I don't know, or you might get bits of both. But the first thing I wanted to say is I wanted to apologise to all my students here on two accounts. First of all, that many of you have heard me say this many times before, so I apologise for that. And secondly, I want to apologise for stealing so many ideas from you, because a lot of my own ideas about film have come from teaching film, because you're in a situation where you have to talk and particularly answer questions. So I'm not going to acknowledge all the help I've received from students in this talk. But I just want to thank those students for challenging those boundaries that I put up in front of you. Because students, however, wherever you put the boundaries, even if you think there are no boundaries, you've put no boundaries, they find them somewhere along below the horizon. They come to one of the boundaries that you've set up, and they find it. So I'm talking particularly, I mean, I don't know what the word hinterland means in German, but Otto very much liked it. So he said, yes, let's call your talk that, and then you can fit anything into it, which suited me. But I think in England, hinterland means, it comes from the area of the coast, where when people explored unknown land, they explored it along rivers and particularly sea coasts, and the hinterland was often the main part of the country, but the bit that you couldn't get to. So the sea coast was explored first, but the hinterland was all that landscape, the other side that no one ever went to. But the idea is that it's a bit mysterious, and the idea of my talk is to make it interesting but less mysterious. And the first thing I decided I'd better do is to define one or two terms that I'm going to use in the talk quite a lot. And the most important thing is the difference between narrative and story, because I'm going to use those two words. And there's actually no difference semantically, really, between the word narrative and story. But I want to say what I mean by narrative and what I mean by story. And part of the talk is to kind of try and work out, the difference between the two, or the movement. Really, what I want to talk about is the movement from sequence of events that happen in life that we perceive into story, and how that happens, and different approaches people have taken to that.